Hey guys, I'm here at the park today, just having an enjoyable walk today. It's kind of hot today, but anyway, today I want to talk about the typical expat and how they're not always so typical, and I'm going to tell you how. It's kind of interesting, some of the expats I've been meeting lately. We've been getting a lot of golfers in here. We've been getting a lot of people that worked for the military after they got out of the military. I'm meeting a lot of military people that have actually been in like the Air Force and in the Navy. They've been in two branches of service, which is kind of interesting when you think about it, that somebody's been in two branches. I met a few people while I was in the service that did that. I met one guy that was in three branches. I don't know how he did it, but that's what he just had told people, that he was in three branches. He did have pictures too, to back it up, which was very interesting. I think he had 16 years in the service at the time. He just liked switching branches for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but you know, I'm finding a lot of people when they get out, some of the expats that are over here now, and you know, we have these are some of the people that are coming over here and they're retiring more on the upscale budgets, okay? And they worked for the military afterwards. They worked for military contractors. Some of them worked for the government after leaving the military, and they came away with very good pensions and stuff, so they're kind of very well off, and they're some of the nicest people you can meet too. And that's a good addition to the people that are coming in here. Also, I noticed that we're getting some Vietnam vets over here now in their 70s. We're getting more of them. I'm getting a lot more calling me to get ready to come over here, which is really, really interesting because all these guys in their 70s. And they're great people. Everybody has this thing where they always picture the Vietnam vet with their military cap on. It says Vietnam vet. And a lot of them aren't like that. Some of them are, some of them aren't. A lot of people that come here, some of them, talk about their military experience and their experience in the government, working for the government or working for the military after, as a government contractor or whatever. A lot of interesting stories and interesting people. And they come here and they're great additions to the expat community here, whether it be our expat community here or other expat communities for that matter. A community is a community, and when people move into that community, either they add to it or they take away. And we've had those too. So, and sometimes you just have to let them go. And we've had that happen too here. And, overall, the expat community here has been, like I've said before, it's fantastic. But the expats that I'm expecting, they're not typical. They're not typical at all. Because I had expectations of running into more people that were more problematic and stuff. And we've been able to kind of fish through those a little bit. And we don't want to sound aloof here, but sometimes you can tell when a person has some issues or whatever. We're kind of learning as we go here. And the majority of people, though, that we've had call, we don't have any issues with. They've all been great additions. I mean, we've had Rich, Dean, Nathan, a lot of expats. We've also had Steven, another Steven that we have in the group. We've had Tim, Paul, Justin, and many, 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 many more. Ronnie and Johnny, Rich and Debbie, all people that are come into the group are already in the group, and they're fantastic, fantastic people. They are great additions. We have the golfers, the people that like to go out to golf, but the golfers, like I have always thought of the golfers as people that, they like to be out on their own. They like to be out on the golf course, and they kind of stick to their own, but they really don't. And that's the great part. I've made a lot of good friends with a lot of people that like to golf and stuff. And I got my friend Rich. Rich is the moderator on Saturday nights with the group. Rich is a fantastic guy. Rich and his wife, fantastic people. I don't want to talk about last names or anything like that, but I just want to give a shout out to them, because those people have been the people in this group that are in here, and we have many, many more that I haven't mentioned on here that are part of the group too. We have Arthur up in Manila who's going to be coming here, and we have many more coming. I can't remember them right off the top of my head because we've had so many coming in, it's hard to keep track of them now. But they're coming, and some of them are here already, and they're moving to our area or whatever. And it's been surprising because I've made a lot of great friends. We've been able to help these people out as much as we can. We do whatever we can for them. We're not perfect. We just do the best we can for these people to try to help them get settled. Sometimes we have people that call me last minute. I think I've talked about this before, guys. You got to give me notice when you're coming here, okay? And most of the guys have been giving me notice. Give me notice and we'll take care of you. But we sometimes have people call me up at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning saying, hey, Steve, I'm in Das Marinas. I'm on my way to your house. It's like, okay, we have something going on today. Oh, but I'm already on the way. Well, I told you to call me and let me know when you're coming. And it messes us up. Sometimes we manage to work around it, or we'll deal with it when the guy gets there or whatever. We'll rent another car, and me and my girlfriend will go separate ways and take care of both of them if we can, or do whatever we need to do. And we don't like to do that though. So we'd rather have you, I'm just getting this out there. If you guys are coming to see me, let me know that you're coming to see me. That goes for anybody. I mean, unless we've already had a conversation that we're going to do something on that day. Please, please, please do not just show up at my door and think that we can facilitate everything that you need, because, a lot of guys want to come. They want to sit down and talk about how things work on their phone, or how things work with the SRRV, or how to get different cards and stuff like that, or how to open a bank account. We can facilitate a lot of that. We bring people out. It's a great help to people, and we do that, through the channel. I get paid through the channel, and if my girlfriend's doing it, like I said, I tell people, just give her a tip or whatever you think is reasonable, and, that's it. But let me just say this. Remember this. Typical is never typical. Never give a stereotype to anybody here. Because some of the people that I've seen, sometimes I run into people in the mall and stuff like that, and they won't talk to you. And the people that I've been meeting, the newer expats that come in here, they will talk to you, and they're great people, and they were looking for friendship. They're looking for community. And that's the thing. We try to stay close like family. It's more like family, and we're very close like that. When we're out and about, we're joking with each other, and it gets to be fun. And we all have our different personalities, but it all kind of blends together, and it's really kind of nice, And of course, in every family, there's a black sheep and there's white sheep. You know what I mean? And sometimes you get that in communities or expat groups too. And you guys know what I'm talking about, because it happens in every expat group. You just get a few of them. And unfortunately, we've had a few. And I've heard about the expat group up north. They've had a lot. So one of the expat groups up there was almost totally broken up just by gossip and stuff going on in that group, which is kind of horrendous and horrible that it happened that way. But I was sorry to hear that, but there's still a few people in the group that still talk amongst each other. But I did hear about that. I think it was up in Subic or Angeles, up in that group up there. And, it's sad when things like that happen, but it happens. But like I said, don't ever think that the typical expat is the typical expat that we always think of. The drunk, the alcoholic, stuff like that. Most of the people in our group, believe it or not, either don't drink or drink very little, or the ones that do drink, they drink in moderation. Or once in a while, we'll get somebody likes to drink a little bit, but it doesn't become a problem for them. It's during a party or something like that, and they want to have fun. For me, I basically don't drink. I drink maybe a beer or two a month at the most, and that's about it, But we always keep it friendly, and, it's become a very beautiful expat group. I'll just say that. It's really coming together. We're waiting for one of our expats, Justin, to come back so he can kind of help me with the paperwork, because it's keeping track of all these people has been getting kind of rough lately. Hopefully he'll be back in the fall, maybe sooner, God willing, because we need him back here. But, we also will be doing other things with the group. We're going to kind of do more with the group as we get along, and as we get some people that will work with the group and sit down, maybe do some paperwork, come up with ideas or make phone calls when we get ready to do things. And that's what we currently need in the group right now. Right now I'm kind of handling that all myself, and it's kind of hard. So we're keeping it down to 1 or 2 meetings a month. But other people are meeting up on their own, which is good, and that works out great. But later on, we want to do things more often for the group. Have a little bit of get-togethers, maybe twice a month or something, or have some other things that we can do for the older group or for the younger group or whatever. We want to have these get-togethers so that it works for everybody, so everybody's happy in the group. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. And remember, don't stereotype expats. Remember, not everybody's your typical expat, whatever that may be in your head. God bless, guys. Take care.